For me, nighttime routine is all about setting myself up for success for the next morning. And for me, that looks like getting to wear less makeup the next day, spending less time on that. So for me, that means glowing, gorgeous, beautiful skin, right? And I think that's what we have achieved today. I am teaching you how. The first thing that I do when I get home from work is wash my face with some sort of balm or oil. So you guys have heard me talk about the TATCHA cleansing oil. I love that one for removing my makeup. And I also really like, and you'll see how much I've used this from Elemis, their PRO-COLLAGEN cleansing balm. I have so little left. It smells really great, but I really like this because it's so nourishing. It feels so great on my skin. It's a really, really awesome balm for removing my makeup. It's a great first step in cleansing. I always double cleanse. It's been a huge transformer in my skincare routine. So I start by doing this, and I will take off all of my makeup using a balm or an oil, and I'll show you guys how it emulsifies on my skin. I'll grab a little now. I should actually say that my first step is washing my hands. I never touch skincare products, especially ones that come in any sort of container and not a pump, without making sure that I have just washed my hands. So it feels really, really good. After using a balm or an oil is when I get into the shower. I'm washing my hair, my body, and I will mix into my hands Philosophy's Purity Face Wash and take off the balm as well and use that as the second step of my cleansing routine. So now I'm going to hop off and just wash this balm off of my face. I'll be right back. See, you didn't even notice I was gone. What I love about my cleansing routine is I have dry skin. My skin doesn't have that pulled, dry sensation after I'm done cleansing. It feels really nourished, which is so important to me. Okay, so next, I might have to take off my nighttime sleepy mask for this. I use TATCHA's Essence. Since I have dry skin, I'm always looking for products that help with hydration, that help maintain the look of plump skin. That's really what I want. I also have a lot of redness naturally under my eyes, and I am so sleep deprived right now. This might be the most sleep deprived I have been. I don't know what's wrong with me, you guys. I can't fall asleep at night anymore. So my eyes are very, very red. It's so pretty. It looks like a fountain. And I pour the smallest little bit of the TATCHA's Essence out into my hands, and then I tap it into my skin like this, and I go all the way under my eyes. A lot of products you can't do that with, but you can with the Essence. And then I just push it into my skin. I even push it into my lips if they're feeling dry. And I let this soak in. I do this step before doing any sort of face mask, because it's going to help my skin really take on whatever is going to come next. So nighttime is when I would do any sort of face mask. We're gonna do one today. Face mask time. I do a lot of face masks. I do a face mask probably 4 times a week. I'm shaking this one up. This one is from GLAMGLOW. It's their SUPERMUD clearing treatment. I don't love to use a clay mask that's drying all over. There are some clay masks that don't dry. Peter Thomas Roth makes one. Their Irish mud mask won't dry, even though it's a clay mud mask. So I take a little bit. Wow, I'm not looking in a mirror right now, so I don't know why I didn't grab one, because this is really hard. I'm hoping my muscle memory just goes into action. So I leave this on, they say 5 to 20 minutes. Obviously, I do 20. I don't leave it on for longer than that because you don't want to dry out your skin. You just want it long enough that it works. There's a huge misconception that the longer you keep a face mask on, the more effective. It is like a bell curve, right? It can go the opposite direction. So let's say it says 5. All right, we have our, I wish I could draw a chart for you guys. If this is our X and our Y axis, and then we have starting here 0 minutes, and then here we have 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 minutes. It's going to go like this. Tick, 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 tick. Raise up at 20, you're really good, and then it's gonna drop off and be really bad for your skin. Because out here, it's drying out your skin, and then the oil is gonna fight to get back in there, and that oil is gonna break you out. Do you see what I'm saying? So it just, and you can see while the face mask is on, the areas that it's drying become a lighter gray. I do a really thin layer because I've noticed that that seems to be really effective with this. Great. So now that my face mask is almost dry and my timer for 20 minutes is about to go off, I am going to wash this off of my skin, come back to you guys, and go over what I would do next. Clear skin is like the goal here. Clear, glowing, plump skin. Okay? So now that we have taken off our face masks, by the way, my PJ shirt, we haven't even talked about my PJs. They have really cute lace too, lace detailing. I always wear a pajama set when I get home. I like to put a pajama set on after the shower. I love pajamas. Like my favorite gift to get is pajamas. I love pajamas. The way to, I like how I can transition from pajamas. I'm like, the way to. The order of events for skincare should always be lightest to heaviest. So if you're looking at your serums, your oils, your moisturizers, that's really the rule of thumb. Recently, I've been using from Perricone their eyelid lift serum under my eyes. So I just take a tiny, tiny, tiny amount on my 4th finger. Oh, look at that, I have face mask on my hand. Just really the size of a pea. And since it is a serum, it's gonna be a lot more liquidy than eye products you may have dealt with in the past. And I just tap it into my orbital bone. You put it eye cream, serums, any sort of eye product, a lot lower. I needed a little bit more, so I grabbed some, than you normally think. Because when you're blinking, it moves around. So you don't want to put it too close to your eye because that'll irritate it. And then I put a little bit above. Not every cream or eye product can go above, but this one can. Great. So since those 2 products are the thinnest, I start out with them and I wait for them to dry into my skin before I move on to anything next. SAVOR Beauty makes a pumpkin seed serum that helps brighten the skin. It's a beauty oil. Now, this is a really thick serum. If I had a thinner serum, a more water-like texture, I'd be using it under it. But I am dealing with a heavier serum, and since this is the next step in my routine for tonight's process, I am going here next. But if there was something thinner, I would do it before this step. So I'm going to take a bit of this, and I don't like to use more than one active ingredient in a night. So if I were to instead be using a vitamin C serum, I would just stick to that. So I'm pretty careful about what serums I choose per night. And I just take a few drops, warm it between my hands, and massage it into my skin. Around my eyes, just pressing it in. Chin and jawline, lots of attention. Forehead, so much attention. And whatever remains, I'll bring down my neck. You guys know I love a beauty oil. You know I love a face oil. I live for a good oil, and I have acne-prone skin. If you're scared of an oil, take it from a girl who used to use anything with salicylic acid to dry out her skin, and now has finally found solutions to tame her breakouts using oils. It's the craziest thing. You could knock me over with a feather. I know. From Algenist, their advanced anti-aging oil. What I really like is that it's lightweight feeling, and also that the jar is substantial. You know, it's a nice big size. You're getting a really good amount. Since this is a lightweight oil, it's going to go under your moisturizer. I'm gonna put this directly on my skin. And then tap it in. I have to say, this might be one of my favorite oils I've ever tried. It feels so good. I actually can't stop touching my skin. I wish that you guys could feel it through the screen. Like, look at this. I have no makeup on. I mean, come on. You guys have seen me with no makeup on. It's not always this good. My skin feels like butter right now. Like, just like so soft. Ooh. Really nice. Good work. Before I move on, I'm going to use my lip scrub from Sara Happ. Such a must. If you are not scrubbing your lips, you don't know how soft your lips can be. If you are using chapstick, you are doing yourself a disservice. If you are picking at your lips, stop. Scrub them. I promise you, you don't know the real shade that your lips could be. You don't know how full your lips can look. You have no clue what's waiting for you. You're gonna thank me. My friends have all thanked me, okay? So you can see this is my lips before I scrub them, and really gently put on your finger and scrub. I will also say that I have a lot of guys who have started scrubbing their lips because they don't like the feeling of putting anything on their lips. It feels too similar to makeup to them, which is a little wacky to me, but whatever, I get it. Not everyone feels comfortable putting on stuff. So they prefer to scrub because it still gives them the exfoliation, the soft lip feel, but they're not putting anything on their lips. I can't follow men's mental gymnastics that they have to do to avoid taking care of themselves, but whatever. To top off my skincare routine, I use the Luminous Dewy Skin Night Concentrate from TATCHA. Gorgeous. Of course, you can't expect anything less from TATCHA. Comes with a spatula on top. Don't let a spatula on the top of the products distract you from the fact that you still have to take care of the hygiene. So I still clean my spatula. I still shower this baby. I mean, I wash it and I put soap on it because, you know, you don't know, maybe my kitty cat goes on top of my vanity and touches it with his paws when he feels like it and I'm not home. And even though it looks like a jelly when you take it out of the container, as soon as I rub my hands together, it becomes emulsified into an oil. This is another product that I press in. Okay, for a dry skin gal to have this glow, gosh, I might have to put a little bit more of this on just because of how spectacular it's making my skin look. You can see as I'm rubbing it into my skin, the glow just gets bigger and bigger. It's not that you rub it in and it goes away. Nuts, right? So good night. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Sweet dreams. I'll see you next Wednesday. Until then, you can always say hi on Instagram. Love hearing from you. Tell me what you want to see more of, and we'll talk later. Could do a morning routine next, but it will require a lot of coffee.